Hello, freaks! Alright, we are back and we are reacting to the new songs on the extended EP, the extended North Star EP from Aphelios slash Marcus. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this. I'm sorry this is coming out a little later than I wanted it to because I found a kitten underneath a car and I kind of adopted it. He is this honestly fuzzball of a kitten that has black and white and, well, it's like white paws and black fur everywhere else and just a little bit of white fur on the face. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's just adorable. And I've been spending most of my time raising him. Got like the KMR, like the milk replacement stuff, and bottle feeding him, which is harder than it looks. People make it look easy on YouTube, but let's just say I have 1,000 scratches on my hands because of it. But that's what I've been doing lately, and it's been taking up a majority of my time, so I haven't been posting a lot. But as we're getting used to each other, I am, about to get my recording schedule back on track. So, and the streams will be back too with Spiritfarer and other games. So, but for now, let's focus on the task at hand. It's Aphelios time, and I'm very excited for this because we got, I think it was like 8 or 9 new songs. I'm looking at the playlist right now, and honestly, everything just looks so good. These titles are just so interesting. I mean, I don't know what to make of them, and I'm not going to waste too much time trying to guess what they could mean. We're going to just get right into it because this is probably going to be a longer video. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Let's get to it. First one is Time She's Cruel. Oh, this is going to be sad, isn't it? It's going to be very sad. But that's okay. We are here for the sadness, the emotions, the tears that will inevitably happen with at least some of these songs. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Full screen. And play. Got some light keys. Oh, that beat came in. It's like not super heavy, but compared to the light keys at the beginning, it's heavy. Ooh, those ahs in the background are haunting. Ooh, ba ba ba. I like that. This sounds gospel-y a little bit. Ooh. I told you there'd be tears. I knew it. Oh, this is... Oh yeah, this is bittersweet, is what I was about to say. This is very bittersweet. Oh, his tone is just so amazing. Whoa. Now those are some lyrics. Hold on, I'm gonna pause a little bit, but... Oh, I gotta talk about those lyrics. Okay, pause. Oh my gosh, these lyrics are reminding me so much of just this kind of feeling you get when, like, I mean, the title is Time She's Cruel, and when you cling on to your time without being present in every moment, it can feel like you're in a love-hate relationship with just time in general. I mean, time is a construct that we made for societies specifically just to, like, structure things, but as soon as, like, the lyrics kind of imply, as soon as you start resenting time or start not understanding why time has to be so, it's never ending, and you can't stop it, you can't control it, and you start to ask yourself why time is cruel, because it always seems to go fast when you want it to go slow, or go slow when you want it to go fast, and then before you know it, you've got this, like, there was a line before where you said, like, you clawed into me or something like that, and, like, it can very much feel like time is a trap, and I like that. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from these lyrics, and it's definitely like, I'm gonna listen more, but I'm predicting it's gonna go in the direction of time. The reason why time is cruel, beyond the fact that you can't control it, is because of the fact that when you feel like you're being robbed of time, like, either you feel like you've wasted time or you have less time than others to get accomplished what you want to accomplish in life, I feel like that makes it's like comparing it with a relationship with someone that you feel like you're putting in all the effort and all the good vibes and feelings, but the other person is, like, nonchalant about it, I guess. That's kind of what I'm guessing. Because it always feels bad when a partner doesn't seem as invested as you are. But that's just my guess. Let's continue. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Time is a cruel killer lusting for blood, and she kills so slowly, so I pull away from you, and I'll go the way you always wanted to.
Oh, that's so beautiful. But yeah, okay. As I'm listening to that chorus, I'm starting to formulate my thoughts a little bit better now. It's just, time kills you so slowly, and it feels like, it basically, this whole vibe is giving me the feeling of, like, it's giving me the feeling of knowing that you've wasted some time in your life, and as much as you're trying to move forward and regain at least some semblance of control, it feels like with the line, life kept pushing us apart. Like, if you can't keep track of time and you feel like you're disconnected from it, then it's so easy to look back at your life and say, why didn't I do this when I had the chance, or why didn't I use this opportunity more in-depthly, I guess. Almost like saying, like, if I would have done XYZ earlier, or if I would have done XYZ for longer, maybe I wouldn't be here in this present situation that I'm unhappy with. And I know that from experience. Like, time does kill slowly, specifically because you get the time to think about all the things that you did wrong, your mistakes, and that does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. And it's definitely something where, I mean, heck, I'm only 23. Wait, no, 24, because my birthday just happened. Sorry. But I know young adults that feel like they've already wasted their life. Like, and that's, like, the rest of the time they have, they're not too optimistic about. And this song really, it's almost like a comfort in terms of understanding that time is cruel and it's not fair all the time. And but it's also equally as sad, so that's why I said bittersweet at the beginning. Oh, this is such a unique song, and I love the fact that we've kept it very consistent with like the percussion and just the overall vibes. It hasn't felt like too, I don't think dynamic is the right word, but it hasn't felt like there's been a whole lot of rising and falling, and that's okay for this, because it's almost like time is ticking ever so rhythmically, ever so consistently, just like the song. Like, that's just how it is. So yeah, this is probably we only have like 30 seconds left. Or more like 10 seconds left. Oh wow, I read those numbers wrong. But wow, this is really amazing. But let's hear the rest of it out, so. Yeah. Oh, it already played the next one. But, okay, yeah, that was amazing. That was so good. What a start, because I wonder what the journey for the rest of the time is going to be. If we're starting out by saying time is cruel, by the end of it, are we going to have any peace, or are we going to be using like the anger that comes with realizing you've wasted time to propel ourselves forward, to motivate us? Or it could be something way sadder with the idea that I guess like coming to grips with the idea of there's no changing the past. Like this could go a lot of ways. I'm just wondering what the end journey is gonna be, but I mean, only one way to find out, am I right? So, un-American. Oh boy, have I had a time with this term in my life. But let's see what your take on it is. I'm very eager to hear this, because this could go in a lot of different moral dilemmas or directions. So let's just go. Okay, a little more upbeat. Ooh. Oh. Oh, this is a critique, isn't it? Wow. I'm slipping into characters that don't live these American lives you don't deserve. The disconnect I made, but if you love me, you would stay. Oh my gosh, I have to pause because I listened for a little too long there. Because I don't want to get copywritten. But oh my gosh, wow. That is, like, this is a mix of a critique on American civilians and even the individual, as a sense of how you identify yourself as an American. Like, oh wow. This is really interesting. I like how blunt but well worded this is. I really like how the lyrics are hard hitting, but it's not because of the fact that it's violent or intense. It's because it's the truth behind the words, for one, of course, but for two, it's the idea that these lyrics are being sung so smoothly, so gently, and not to mention the fact that it's basically acknowledging the idea that, I mean, Americans do live kind of a two-faced life. And that gets into a lot of different political stuff, a lot of different lifestyle stuff, culture, all that. But in general, I mean, Americans, I can say this as an American, like, it's really true that we are very two-faced in the sense that when we act like everything's okay but everything's completely wrong at the same time, it is very hard to get a read on the stereotypical American in terms of, do you enjoy your life as an American or not? Because depending on what issues you bring up, everyone will say, oh yeah, this is great, life is good. And then it'll be the exact opposite with another issue saying, this is gonna end the world, basically. This is gonna ruin everything. And Americans are pretty dramatic when it comes to that kind of stuff. But these lyrics are really pinpointing that in such a poetic way. Because, I mean, part of the reason why patriotic people will ignore any criticism towards America, I feel like, is because of the fact that they just see anyone who gives any criticism to Americans and America, it's almost like they see it as they're just mad that life didn't go right for them specifically. And they see it as nothing but complaining and nothing but making noise just to make noise. And it's crazy to me how this kind of song could actually get through to someone who's like that, because, I mean, the whole entire idea of just people saying just fuck America, that turns them off so much that they won't even listen any further. But this forces you to listen. This makes you sit down and listen, because it's not in your face. I mean, the most in your face thing so far about the song is just the title. But I feel like someone could easily find this on a playlist, not see the title, and be completely absorbed in the message and absorbed in the music. We are barely over a minute in, and there's so much to talk about. This is going to be a really long video, but let's keep listening. It's like this part of the chorus is like a cry for help, but also like a demand too. It's cool. Oh. It's a vicious on American game. Baby, I don't wanna be myself. Maybe I don't even know myself. Maybe fetish just a cry for help. That's what I just said. Ah! If it'll make you stay, I wanna please you good. I'd hate to see you change as you should. Oh wow. I hate to see you change as you should. That's like resisting change. Oh my gosh. Wow, this is crazy. I love this song. Oh wow. I am so impressed. Wow. And that synth in the background, that's That's the perfect way to tie it together. Oh, yeah. This is so good.
I don't mind stepping into the shoes of other figures if it gets me away from dealing with my own personal problems. But this time it inadvertently made me face those problems head on.
Wow. That was amazing. And that is very true. No matter how much you try to escape your problems, even if you are thinking you're putting yourself in a completely different person's shoes and experience, your own problems always come back to face you head on, no matter how much you try to get away from it. Like, your own problems always find some way to come back to you. And that's so true. And that's a very good critique on American society in terms of how, like, again it's very hypocritical how we say we care so much about other people, and yet when we try to escape our own issues, and we end up basically just saying we care so much, but then we ignore our own needs. But then also on top of that, there's the reverse of that, of how we say we don't care about others, we care about Americans, and then we focus on those problems, but other people's experiences are important too. And this is just, wow, this is crazy. I am so impressed by that song. Like, you can take it in a lot of different directions, but that's my take on it. But wow, this is just, oh wow, that one's going on my favorite list. Wow, I'm gonna make a note of that. Oh wow, you know what, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put it on my favorites list. This is going on my playlist right now. Oh wow. Favorites. Okay. Of course, we're gonna skip the songs that we already have reacted to. If you want to check out my reactions to the first songs that were on this album, you can click the little box up in the right hand corner, and we will definitely be skipping to the next new one. What do we got here? We've got Everything. Okay. What does everything mean? To be or not to be? I'm sorry. Let's just go. Got the strums. Ooh. Huh. Oh my. Pause. Oh my gosh. This is... Get you someone who talks about you the way this song... Oh my gosh. You know, I mean, I haven't completely digested the message yet, but this sounds like the type of song you sing to someone you are completely, and I mean utterly, head over heels in love with. maybe the reason why the title is everything is because you think everything of this other person. It's, oh wow. I will say, because of the echo effect kind of on the voice, it's not really an echo, it's just kind of, it's really floaty and it's really almost kind of like dreamlike, if that makes any sense at all. But because of the effect on the voice, I'm having just the taddest bit of, like, I just have a tad bit of trouble understanding every single word, but that's what the vibe I'm getting for one, and for two, from what I did catch, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, basically I was getting from lyrics like, she's so soft, like she's laying on a pillow in the sky. I did hear something about devils in disguise. Not sure. You know what? We're gonna go back a little bit. We're gonna go back to 30 seconds because I wanna hear that again. But my hunch, at least with the lyrics I did hear, is that you are admiring this person. You're just not obsessed, but just very in awe and enamored with this person. Like, that's what I'm getting. So let's bring it back a little bit. A little farther back than 30 seconds. Let's go 15. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You'd risk it all to the devils in the sky? Is that what I'm hearing? Hold on. One more time. Just one more time. I promise I'll move on after this. You'd rest. Are there subtitles? No. But I think I heard you'll rest in I don't really know. I'm wondering what that lyric means though. We'll keep going though. Wanting to do anything for this person. Yeah, give you everything. This is so sweet. So it's not unrequited love, but it is maybe like they're in a relationship, but yeah, it's not unrequited, but the relationship is not exactly balanced in terms of who is giving more of themselves. Wow, that was beautiful too. Oh, wow. I wish these songs were longer. And of course we jumped to chords from this. That's interesting. You know, going from such an endearing, well, I mean, just like the lyric said, soft song to chords. Interesting. But wow, that one was really good too. I really liked that one too. I think honestly, like again, like what I was saying at the very beginning, the joke I was trying to make as I was overcome with wholesome feelings, get you someone who talks about you the way these lyrics do. Like, wow. Like, so many people think like hopeless romantics, they make everything into a bigger deal than it needs to be, or it makes basically the love that they talk about is not realistic, it's unattainable. But when you feel this way about somebody, it's hard for, I'm not going to say that no one else understands, but I will say that the kind of love that is really genuine can honestly make you feel that way. And don't take everything that I'm saying for exact fact. Like, everyone experiences love differently. I mean, I am a young adult, and I literally just had my first actual crush, so I'm not very experienced. Like, I have not had a love life up until now, which is technically not even a love life because it's a crush and I haven't confessed. But it's definitely something where I feel like this kind of love song is the kind of song that you would sing to someone that you really feel a genuine connection to, despite hardship, despite feeling maybe a little frustrated sometimes with the relationship, because that's okay. Every relationship goes through ups and downs, but also what matters is how you and your partner choose to handle it. But yeah, sorry, don't take relationship advice from me. I'm just going off of how I would like to be treated. But that's the vibe I get from that song. Let's go on to the next one. We've got Giver next, which we've already heard. And then Leech. Okay, here we go. Was that a trumpet I heard? Are we getting jazzy up in this bitch? Oh my gosh. This is gonna be fun. Leech can mean, well, I mean, I can only think of one thing leech means: someone who leeches off of you. But that one might be a little more straightforward than the other titles. But let's see. 3, 2, 1, play. What? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh.
thought we'd addressed all of my issues with you.
Oh my gosh.
Every day you find new ways of stepping.
You know, this is the most gentle call out song I've ever heard. I'm sorry. But this is it. This is so. I love the way he described it at the beginning, because not only was it funny, but just that's so relatable. I think we've all had people in our life before, no matter if we considered them to be a close friend, just an acquaintance, or whatever in between those things are. We've all had people in our lives that feel like they just drain the energy out of everyone around them. And the worst part is like how this song describes, the other person thinks everything is fair game and everything is okay with the relationship, but in reality they're pretty detrimental to other people's well-being. I love how they're comparing it to a leech, and I love the idea that this person seems to almost get some, I don't know, some happiness out of being a leech, but of course, like, it's very hard to deal with for everyone else. This is just amazing. This is definitely the type of song that you sing to yourself when you want to also vent, just like what was said in the beginning. Oh, wow. And I love the melody. I love the melody of how it goes, kind of, like, I thought in the chorus it goes like da 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 da. Like, the fact that on the second time it like jumps from that one high note to an even higher note the second time, instead of just repeating that line. Oh my gosh, did I sing that right? Hold on, I'm going back. I need to be accurate, because I just got back from a band practice of my own, so I need to practice ear training.
I know you thought we'd addressed all of my issues with you.
Oh yeah. Da 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 da. Oh, I love that. I love that part. That's great.
Every day you find new ways of stepping, the color from the flowers, slowing the minutes and the hours. God forbid I bite back at you. God forbid the leech lose its food. I would love to leave you, but all my values in you.
Oh, I see. I get it.
Meant you, it took 6 whole months this time to make me want to die, to drive my car off cliffs.
Oh wow. Damn.
Of the passenger, we die together, maybe then this war will end.
Damn.
And I know you thought we'd addressed all of my issues with you.
This is getting more intense.
You find new ways of stepping, the color from the flowers, slowing the minutes and the hours. God forbid I bite back at you. God forbid the leech lose its food. I would love to leave you.
That is such a hard predicament to be in. Now this definitely makes it feel like, okay, this is no longer an acquaintance thing. This is someone you consider very close to you. Ooh. Now what was that? like that little... What kind of percussion hit was that? It's not a triangle. It's not a... It's like sparkly. That's the only way I can describe it. Was it like chimes? I don't know. No, wow, that was great. That was great. These are all great. But I honestly, that is such a relatable song again. Like, I feel like that song definitely is something you can equally play in the background of something, but equally get really into the lyrics of. Because there are some songs that are meant to not be lyrically complicated or lyrically driven, I should say, that are meant to just be in kind of the background that you can sing along if you want to, but you're not really thinking about it, you know? But because of the instrumentals with this one, I feel like it fits that, but you can also really dive into it if you want to. Like, there are some songs that have either an instrumental track or a lyrical side to it that is meant to just be a very casual listen, you know? It's like singing a rock ballad versus singing a like a heavy metal remix of something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the rock ballad, you're completely invested in the story, in the lyrics, and the instrumentals are more supporting that. While maybe the heavy metal cover of something is definitely more, it's the instrumentals that are engaging, but you could also just not really pay attention to what you're singing and still jam out to it. I think you guys know what I mean. Maybe that wasn't the best example, but this is just, I feel like this song balances those two spectrums, like two sides of the spectrum, perfectly. Like, it feels like you could easily have this going on in the background of something and no one would suspect anything. But at the same time, if you really, really want to get into it, you can. So, now, what do we got? This is an interlude. You know what? I apologize for whoever I offended with my butchering of that. I am so sorry. Someone tell me how to pronounce that. But it's very, sounds like it's going to be very, I don't know. Sounds like it's going to be very mystical. I don't know. Let's listen. Oh. Oh, this is kind of foreboding. Oh. What was that? Whoa. Well, those words cut deep. Hold the hell on. Wait. That, it started out foreboding, then it just felt like an attack. Well, that escalated. But not like... It escalated in the sense of just the emotions I got from it. but not instrumentally. That's odd. I'm gonna have to listen back to that a million times after this. But what do we have next? Inazuma. Huh. Why do I feel like... You know what? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Why do I feel like that means something very important? Because it probably does. It's the title of the song. Inazuma. Inazuma 11? It's a game series? Let me just put meaning at the end of that. Oh. So it is Japanese for lightning, or lightning, like a bolt of lightning. Okay. Huh. Oh, it also may refer to the... Oh, it's a motorcycle? Japanese destroyer Inazuma. 4 destroyers of the Imperial Japanese Navy. Huh. Interesting. So I'm guessing this is the kind of thing that has been used in a lot of different media to represent a lot of different characters or stories, but also has a history in terms of real historical events and stuff like that. Interesting. I wonder how what message is gonna go with this. Let's see. Sounds like we're kind of chilling out, but it's kind of got a sad vibe to it too.
Promised a lot of people I would hold down, but I don't hold down. I promise no doubts. I'm gonna wait until the things I need come running my way. It's not like you want out of here. We've been through it, back and forth, memory stains all the walls. I didn't need another reason just to follow along.
Hold on. Okay, sorry. I wasn't paying attention lyrically because I was so caught off guard by that little slight change in his tone. That voice seems a little more forward and a little more... I don't want to say pushed, it's just like... It almost has a bit of a whine to it. Hold on, let me listen to that back.
Promised a lot of people I would hold down, but I don't hold down. I promise no doubts.
Yeah, okay, so it feels... like, it feels very... almost like... You know, the kind of like... This is how my old vocal teacher used to describe it. It feels like almost kind of like he's sneering a little bit while he's singing this. Not like a cartoonishly big sneer. It's just like using the upper lip a little bit more in terms of raising it. I think like I'm just trying to think about who I can use as an example for that. It just feels like it's got a little more bite to it, maybe. Maybe that's a better term. How it goes, the 5 Seconds of Summer song. Talk so pretty, but your heart got teeth. But like how you spread your lips more when you say the word teeth, in both that song and in real life. It's almost like he's doing the teeth thing the whole time. And that's an interesting tone to take with this. Let's keep listening and I can pay attention to the lyrics this time.
Promised a lot of people I would hold down, but I don't hold down. I promise no doubts. I'm gonna wait until the things I need come running my way. It's not like you want out of here. We've been through it, back and forth, memory stains all the walls. I didn't need another reason just to follow along. You good, you perfect for me.
Ooh, that low note.
Promise to promise me. I wanna see you on the way. I hope you see me every day. I need a time skip, send me straight to Inazuma.
Oh.
I know you'll see me on the way. I hope you need me just the same. I need a time skip, send me straight to Inazuma. I must have been behind you when we let go.
Okay. Is this a song about wanting to just flash forward to either better times or simply wanting to skip over something that is either causing you distress or making you feel like you're just dreading a certain experience and you just want it to be over. You want to go to a time where that's ancient history, or maybe not ancient history, but more just like it's in the past, no matter how far or close it is to the present. It's just over with. It's done. Like I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting to it. It's just like whatever's happening in the present you're just done with and you want it to be gone and in the back of your mind. Like you want the experience to be over. But then I think about the lyrics of you're gonna see me every day. Like I hope you see me every day. This could be something along the lines where you're upset with someone else and you're basically like, I want to skip forward to a time where I am not only no longer upset with you, but like I'm so much better off that all the times you saw me before, like get under the other person's skin. Like it bothers the other person how well off you are now. Like, that could be it. I'm gonna keep listening.
Cities let go, we had to let go. The promise just to keep you peaceful as you're letting me go. You
Oh.
better off along this long road, though. I could have a shot, though. I would have a shot at making the trip with you. But I cannot switch the truth. You good, you perfect for me. Promise to promise me. I wanna see you on the way. I hope you see me every day. I need a time skip, send me straight to Inazuma.
Okay, based off of that verse, I think I have a better grasp of this now. I take back what I said before. This feels more like the type of song that you're splitting paths with someone. You're still a bit bitter, still a bit upset about it, but at the same time you're wanting to skip forward in time because you want things to be okay. And when the chorus says, I want to see you on the way, it's like, I'm not wishing the other person to have a terrible time with everything from now on. Like, it's not the type of ill will that you have with such a bad falling out that you're basically like, I never want to see you again. I never want to have anything to do with you ever again. Like, it's not that, I'm not going to say serious because it's still serious. But it's definitely something like you want to flash forward to a time where everything is maybe not all right, but just better. But you're also like, just as quick as like a storm passes, it's basically like I hope you still make it through the storm. Like, I hope that this doesn't have to be something where we are still mad at each other post time skip. Does that make sense? That's interesting. I like how this song is kind of, it's acknowledging how a relationship went downhill, but it's also trying its best to really be a send off that is not angry. That's the kind of vibe I get from it. Because I mean, like with the instrumentals, I'm thinking of, I'm thinking it just blends in so well with the melody of the voice line. Let's go back just a little bit. 2 minutes, yeah. Yeah, the drums are consistent and it's just very, just a little bit of bass. Oh. Yeah. This is such an odd vibe. I'm not saying that I don't like it, it's just it's so it's so it's so melancholy, you know? It is, yeah, I think melancholy is the right word. Interesting. Oh, it went up. Leaving things up in the air. Hold on. Don't hit me. Don't hate me. I will hear you out, but please don't hate me. That was interesting. Wow. Okay. I'm not really sure what I'm not sure what to make of that song, but it definitely was still really, it was really good and really, it was such an entertaining listen. Like, that's the kind of song that I'll never get tired of when it comes to listening in a way that is, it's just intriguing. It just, I don't know, it just does something to my brain that just piques my interest. And it's probably the same way to sing it. Like, it gives the same feeling when you sing it. Like, you have to be focused on it really to get that melancholy vibe right, for one. And for two, I feel like it's very just, because the vibe is so specific, I feel like while you're singing it, you have to be really in the zone. You have to be really, really intentionally, yeah, you have to be intentionally motivated to sing this song in that way. Like, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but can you tell this song confused me? But you know what, let's go to the next one. I want to hear comments from you guys, though, about what you guys make of that one, specifically. Next one is Equal. Equal sign. Sorry, J-Hope is not here. I'm sorry. What? I just said not to hate me. Boy! Going back.
Just know deep down it's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
Huh. Cute laugh again. Oh.
It's not me. I don't even wanna take you back. I got Diego telling me don't backtrack. Not that you would ever want me back.
Oh.
Even if you're dead, I gotta know like that. Tells
Oh.
me it's like a country accent on, and the bitches from my hometown won't go on by.
Huh.
Is he okay? Does he feel his led astray? Is he still burning bridges? Back. I know I'll never be your equal. You don't even give the privilege to your favorite people.
Huh.
I know I'll never be your equal. You don't even give the privilege to your favorite people.
Now this is the kind of call-out song that is a lot more aggressive. It's what you expect from a call-out song. Like, wow. This is definitely... I love how we enter in such a different way than when the beat really picks up or kicks in when we get to the point where we're saying, I know you'd never want me back. Like, that's... And just that... It's so catchy for one with the back. Like, it's the same as preach what I write. You know, wow. It's so cool. But also, like, this is very much the type of song that you sing when you're done with the bullshit. Like, it's hard. You're keeping up the appearances of being polite, but in your head you're just like fuck this. Like, I take no pleasure in being around this other person, and also this person probably doesn't take any pleasure in being around me. Like, just completely acknowledging the fact that this other person it looks down on a lot of people and does not consider anyone to be even a threat, let alone an equal, like the title says. Like, this is definitely something where I love the fact that this song starts off light but then goes so hard on the other person when it comes to when the beat kicks in. Like, let's go back a little bit.
Just know deep down it's not me.
Yeah, it's not me. Like, I love how it starts, and it starts with practically complete silence in that beginning, where it's like, again, keeping up the appearances just to keep things civil, just to please other people, because for some reason other people might not understand why, like, the other person is such an asshole. I mean, like, you know what this reminds me of, actually? For any of you that are in the has-been / hell of a boss fandom, everyone knows right now everyone is fighting over who's in the right and who's in the wrong when it comes to the Blitz and Stolas relationship. And I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten of people telling me I'm a terrible person and that I am just as bad as X character because of my opinion on that. But you know what? We're not going to get into that. But it reminds me of that because of the fact that when a person loves a character, or just in real life, when a person thinks the world of another person, they're going to be so reluctant to see any value in anyone else that has beef with them. Or they're basically going to not take other people seriously that try to criticize that person that they like. And both parties are guilty of doing that, like in the fandom situation I mentioned. But the thing is that it's also something where it can feel so isolating being in a situation where you've seen a person's true colors. You've seen a person be disrespectful, you've seen a person be extremely confrontational. Like, you've seen this person's worst qualities, and yet everyone else around you seems to still love them, seems to basically say they've done nothing wrong. And then when you bring up your grievances, everyone's like, no. Basically, like, everyone's more quick to attack you than the other person because they already liked that other person. But this song is so grounded in the sense that it's saying, I know it's not me that's the problem here, no matter what everyone else or how everyone else reacts to this. It's definitely something where I know where I stand and I know what's really going on. Like, that's it's hard and it's not fun being in that situation, but it's definitely something that I feel like happens a lot more than we realize, maybe, with a lot of different people in different situations. I'm gonna go forward a little bit so we get to that beat. Mm-hmm.
Tells me it's like a country accent on, and the bitches from my hometown won't go on about. Is he okay? Does he feel his led astray? Is he still burning bridges? Back. I know.
I like how that back comes in when it's going back to the chorus.
Back, ain't no way we'll ever get a civil conversation. Every time I bring it to the table, you're indifferent. I like thinking our dynamic might change, but you love tugging on my neck with the reins. I know I need to take you back. I've been working on me and I'm back. Not that you would ever need me back. But even when you do, I'm not coming back. Tells me he's like a country accent on, and the bitches from my hometown won't go on about. Is he okay? Does he feel his led astray? Is he still burning bridges? Back. I know.
I love how this song jumps around between keys. Like, it's so cohesive. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I feel like that song, the reason why I said the word cohesive is because of the fact that it feels like there are some parts that are disjointed in terms of the storytelling, but in terms of the full package, it feels so natural. It feels like every part flows into the next with ease, even if it is jumping between keys, even if it is having that vibe change. But oh wow. I think the message of that one's pretty straightforward. I think we don't need to talk about that one, but I feel like I've said enough on that, but I feel like it almost felt kind of musical theater-y, I guess. Like, I would, in like a hip-hop-esque musical, I would definitely, I'm just picturing in my mind a character going off on either the antagonist or the villain of the story, and the main character is just completely, like, this is the part of the story where a character has a big realization and has made the decision to at least voice themselves, even if it is something where they're like, maybe the dynamic won't change, maybe it will, who knows, but it's like they're saying their grievances, and that's just how it is, you know? Like, they're laying everything out on the table. Um, and that's a power move, like, seriously. But I think we only have, yeah, we have Make the World Mad left, and then Trains. We have already seen Trains. But I think, yeah, we're on the last one now. So I guess we're finishing out with Make the World Mad. You know, that's a pretty epic title. I'm looking forward to this one. I saw that the other day just looking up the playlist, and I'm looking forward to hearing this one the most. So let's go out with a bang. Bang, bang, bang. Here we go. Ooh, now those are definitely chimes. Ooh. Da, da, da. Okay.
I got a lot of things piled under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
Nihilism sings underneath in a tub.
Huh.
It's been 3 years and I still
Stupid cars.
found myself.
Ooh. Frustration.
It's been a long, long time and I still don't know how to live.
Hmm.
How to breathe, how to go with all the memories I made for me. How to see, how to love despite the selfishness. I love to dip and please.
Huh. Oh, wow.
I don't take my time loving life.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
I let the good things come so they just pass me by without a second thought. And I did when I let you go, thinking I'm not upset. And then I let it cook until it all explodes.
Oh, wow.
And then there's nothing left.
This is what depression feels like. Oh, vibe switch?
I wanted to be you,
Oh.
and I wanted to touch you. It's worse when I found out you needed me just as bad as I need you.
Oh. This is interesting.
Make the whole world mad just for loving each other.
Oh.
Just for wanting the other way. No, we don't do what they want and they hate it.
Wow. This is so emotional.
Page one.
Hold on. Go back. Go back! I want to rewind to one specific part. I think it was at, like, a little before a minute.
Underneath in a tub.
A little farther.
Years and I still haven't found myself.
You know what? These lines about still not really having everything in life figured out is, like, these lines are just so, they're so encompassing in what it feels like to be unsure about your future, unsure about even your present. Like, this, I feel like this song is just getting out the emotion of feeling like you just don't know anything about how your life is playing out. Like, it's just, when if everything feels like it's undecided, when you feel like you don't know where you're going, you don't know yourself, it's so hard to do things on the day-to-day because you just feel confused all the time. Everything's hazy in your mind, and that's no fun. And then as we transition into this part,
How to see, how to love,
little farther.
love life.
Yeah. Like, not, it's so hard to focus on the good things because you're confused about everything. It's so hard to focus on things that make you happy because you're not even sure about those things. It's so interesting to me that we go from this feeling of just feeling like you don't know anything anymore, and then we get to the point where it's like, the one thing that I do know is that me loving someone else or me expressing joy seems to piss everyone else off. And for loving another person, especially in the sense that if it's what people deem as an improper relationship, air quotes, it feels like no matter what you do, when you try to be happy, you somehow end up pissing someone else off. And it's a terrible, terrible feeling, especially when it's accompanied by the feeling of you don't know where you're at in life, and it doesn't feel like you exactly know what's going on or have a plan or anything for the foreseeable future. Like, this feeling is so hard to put into words, but I feel like the vibe of this song really captures the idea of, when you make the world mad, it's usually because people are refusing to understand you or try and understand you, and they see what you're going through and they're not being empathetic towards you. Like, that's part of why you feel so confused about everything, but also the fact that it transitions into talking about someone you love and someone who also needs you in that way. It can make things ever so better and ever so worse. Like, it's so, wow. I cannot put into words what this song means to me, but I feel it in my heart. Like, this one's definitely going on my playlist too, because this is just, it's too interesting not to, for one, and for two, it's just so, I feel like this song is so good to get your feelings out when you feel like you're just throwing your hands up and saying, I don't know anymore. And that can feel so frustrating and so draining too. But having a song where you can feel like that, but still like specifically sing that because you're feeling that way, like I just think it's really cool to be able to have a song that fits that vibe, and maybe it might help you get out of it. I don't know. Like, this is just interesting. I love this. I'm gonna listen to the outro one more time. It's just so relatable. Like, this part represents to me, like, you just gotta keep going no matter what, even if it's hard.
When I found out you needed me just as bad as I need you. 'Cause I know make the whole world mad just for loving each other.
I know we make the whole world mad just for loving each other. We don't do what they want, and they hate that. Like, that's just so... Like, a lot of people get on their high horse and talk about how everyone's offended by everything these days, which, yes, is a problem, but when you take it to the core of that argument, it's actually more about not being offended, but some people just don't like to see other people happy. Like, it doesn't have anything to do, well, sometimes it does, but it doesn't as much have anything to do with morals or things you believe in or don't believe in. It's just sometimes seeing other people happy and content or going after what they want, for whatever reason, that just seems to either make people uncomfortable or just flat out, it just makes them upset. It's hard, because this goes back to what I feel like is a theme in this, in these songs, these chunks of songs at least. I feel like an overarching theme is the idea that someone is always going to be there to rain on your parade, no matter if it's a light drizzle or an absolute hailstorm. Like, it's definitely something where I feel like these songs definitely give forth the feeling of, like, these things are gonna happen no matter what, and it still sucks and they shouldn't be happening, but there's always going to be someone who has a problem with you, someone who chooses to not like you no matter what you say or do. And while that's awful, it's something that we all have to deal with in life, and it's basically something where sometimes if you're making the world, or it feels like you're making the world mad, sometimes that just means that the other party isn't satisfied with what's going on with them, and they're taking that out on you. Because, I mean, people always say, I did it my way, but that way, no matter how good you feel about it, is always going to be the opposite of someone else's way, and that's going to make them upset. And it's, I know I'm rambling now, but it really feels like these songs are just encompassing all the feelings that go along with acknowledging that that kind of stuff is just part of life. We got the anger bit, like with the call out song. We got the sadness bit with any of the melancholy, more feeling ones. And finally, it's almost like this is just the not fully acceptance song, but just it is what it is kind of song. And sometimes it's definitely something where it's still hard, it's still not fun to go through, but it is what it is. That's my take on it anyway. But I guess we're done for now. This is such a long video, but it felt like it went very fast for me. A lot of these songs are going on different playlists of mine. But I gotta say, probably my favorite, if I had to do a favorite, it would be a tie between Everything and Leech. Yeah. I think those two are my favorites. What about you guys? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What did you like? What did you dislike? What was your favorite? What was your least favorite? And of course, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I am so looking forward to what this person does next. Like, seriously, this guy never fails, it never disappoints in any way. I'm very much looking forward to what comes next, but definitely after all this, since it's been doing a lot this year, take a rest when you need to, definitely. This was just awesome though. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, I hope more Heartsteel songs come out too. Okay, bye.